First with PSEG as the large business to be honored tonight. And I'd like Paul Timpanelli, another great friend, to come forward, please. He represents a PSEG tonight, and many of you know that there are very exciting developments underway, literally within sight of I-95, for all the world to see. PSEG is bringing Greater Bridgeport and the entire region 485 megawatts of clean, highly efficient, and sustainable generating capacity through the new Bridgeport Harbor Station. The plant will operate at double the efficiency of the current coal-fired plant, which is scheduled for shutdown 2 years from now. Thanks to its state-of-the-art design, Bridgeport Harbor Station will end the discharge of chemical pollutants and heated water from power generation into Bridgeport Harbor, improving the immediate marine environment and Long Island Sound as a whole. Instead of burning coal, this plant will use natural gas to power its turbines, and leftover heat in the exhaust will be captured and used to drive steam turbines. The new station will also boast top-of-the-line quality emissions control systems, substantially reducing air emissions in our area. And the station's geographic footprint is minuscule, especially compared to the present plant. It needs only a quarter of the acreage of the current plant, which will further reduce impacts on local wetlands and open waters. This project represents the largest private investment in Bridgeport in the last 40 years. The largest private investment in this city, the largest in our state in the last 40 years. It will power more than 500,000 homes and businesses, and construction is generating right now over 800 jobs. So PSEG is demonstrating its commitment to our area's social environment. It has contributed millions of dollars to Bridgeport Hospital's burn unit. Anybody who hasn't been there, it is an amazing facility, and through an agreement with the city, PSEG will provide a $2 million fund for community environmental causes created through an environmental justice process. And I might just add, just recently PSEG helped support the Discovery Museum and Planetarium's Climate Week event, which contributed speakers and other kinds of events to educate about climate change. So this is a transformative project. PSEG is really changing the way we think about power, about environmental stewardship in an urban area, and it really is a remarkable story which more than merits this award, and I'm very, very proud to present it to Paul Timpanelli.
Well, thank you, Senator, and thank you again so much for your 9-year tradition of being here and joining Aquarion for this activity. And again, I want to thank the company through its leadership and my good friend Chuck Furlot for what you've done over the last 9 years in keeping with your mission of a clean environment and a pure drinking water supply for the residents of our region. It's a pleasure for me to be here and be in the company of such good friends and some old friends. Jack Petkowski and I, believe it or not, went to college together. I think it was about 4 years ago at Sacred Heart University, when Sacred Heart was not much more than a high school campus, actually. And George, it's always good to see Senator Logan here, who's doing such good work and such hard work on our behalf in Hartford. Thank you for the introduction, and on behalf of Public Services Enterprise Group, or PSEG, thank you for this very honored recognition. You also need to be quite proud of establishing some years ago this annual tradition that recognizes the achievement in the arena of environmental protection, environmental service. As we face already the ravages of climate change that we see happening around us every day, and the potential for dramatic change in the world as we know it, and as we used to like it, Your leadership in recognizing those that work on behalf of a cleaner environment needs to be recognized and needs to be commended. PSEG, as you hopefully know, is a world leader, Fortune 500 company, born and bred in the United States. It's extremely proud of its record of environmental championship. And the company now is highly invested, as you may or may not know, in solar energy projects around the Northeast and now into wind production around the Northeast, and operates some of the cleanest energy production facilities in northeastern United States. In Bridgeport, as Senator Blumenthal mentioned, PSEG is quite proud of its operation and is pleased to be able to fully retire one of the last remaining coal-burning plants in the Northeast. Even though it was the cleanest coal-burning plant in the Northeast, we should all be thankful that in come 2021, it will be in complete retirement, and it's being replaced to be open soon, probably in about 60 days, by a state-of-the-art, highly efficient gas-fired 450-megawatt plant in Bridgeport that will provide good quality, efficient, nonstop energy services to 500,000 residents within our region. This $600 million project, as the Senator mentioned, is the largest development project on Bridgeport in the last 40 years. What PSEG is also quite proud of is what was done along the way in terms of the environmental justice requirements with regard to the development of this plant. The environmental justice process started even before ground was broken. It was a partnership between the city and the community, and resulting from that process is now a $2 million fund that will be available to support Bridgeport nonprofit agencies and their environmental remediation type programs that they might have, and now it will be supported. PSEG also put aside $5 million that will be invested in renewable energy projects in the greater Bridgeport region. So we're very proud of the accomplishment, and we're very proud of what the company now does in terms of environmental cleanliness. So speaking on behalf of PSEG, we're very pleased to be an integral part of the greening of Bridgeport and the region. And so again, thank you for this award.